Some people enter a room and instantly become the most compelling person there, not through force, but through presence. They don't chase connection, people are naturally drawn to them. Today, I'm revealing 9 habits rooted in ancient Stoic and Zen wisdom that create this magnetic effect. Master these, and you'll never have to try to be liked, people will naturally want to be around you. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good person should be. Be one." The most attractive quality isn't what you say or how you look, it's who you are and how you make others feel in your presence. The Buddha taught that our energy speaks louder than our words. When you cultivate these 9 habits, you radiate an energy that naturally attracts others without manipulation, performance, or pretense. If you're ready to develop authentic magnetism that makes people naturally want to know you, be around you, and value you, hit subscribe. You're about to learn the habits that create genuine attraction through ancient wisdom. Habit 1, you listen to understand, not to respond. The first habit that makes you magnetic is the rarest skill in modern conversation. You listen with full presence, seeking to understand rather than waiting to respond. This embodies the Zen concept of beginner's mind, approaching each conversation with fresh curiosity rather than preconceived responses. When someone speaks, you're not mentally preparing your reply, judging their words, or planning how to steer the conversation back to yourself. Most people are so starved for genuine attention that when they encounter someone who actually listens, it's magnetic. Your full presence becomes the gift they didn't know they needed. The Stoic practice here is understanding that we have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. Epictetus taught that we learn nothing when we're talking, only when we're listening. But the deeper truth is that listening creates connection in ways speaking never can. Notice what happens when you give someone your complete, undivided attention. Your phone stays in your pocket. Your eyes don't wander. You're not thinking about what you'll say next. You're simply present with their experience. People feel this. They sense when they're being truly heard versus being endured. And they're magnetically drawn to those rare individuals who offer the gift of genuine presence. The practice: in every conversation today, pause for 2 full seconds after someone finishes speaking before you respond. That pause creates space for understanding and prevents reactive responses. Habit 2, you're comfortable with silence. The second habit is your complete comfort with silence. While others frantically fill every pause, you allow silence to exist without anxiety or discomfort. This reflects deep Zen wisdom. Understanding that silence isn't empty space to be filled, but rather fullness to be experienced. The ancient masters knew that the most profound communication often happens in the spaces between words. Most people fear silence because they interpret it as awkward or uncomfortable. They feel compelled to perform constant entertainment or conversation. But this desperation to fill silence actually repels people because it signals insecurity and neediness. When you're comfortable with silence, you communicate several powerful things. You're secure enough in yourself that you don't need constant validation through conversation. You value quality over quantity in communication. You respect the natural rhythm of connection without forcing it. Marcus Aurelius practiced what he called silent contemplation, the ability to be alone with his thoughts without discomfort. This internal comfort translates to external magnetism. When you don't fear silence with others, they feel permission to relax too. Notice how rare this is. Most conversations feel like performances where everyone's competing for airtime. But when you introduce comfortable silence, you create breathing room that allows authentic connection to emerge naturally. The practice: in your next conversation, let silence exist for 3 seconds without filling it. Notice how this changes the quality of the interaction. Habit 3, you celebrate others without competing. The third magnetic habit is your genuine ability to celebrate others' successes without comparison or competition. Their wins don't threaten you, they delight you. This embodies the Buddhist concept of mudita, sympathetic joy. It's the practice of taking genuine pleasure in others' happiness and success. The Stoics called this part of sympatheia, understanding that we're all connected, so another success enriches the whole. Most people struggle with this because they see life through scarcity. If you have more, I have less. They compare, they compete, they feel diminished by others' achievements. This energy repels people because nobody wants to feel like they have to compete for your approval or dim their light around you. But when you've cultivated abundance consciousness, understanding that there's enough success, love, and recognition for everyone, you become magnetic. People can shine fully in your presence without fear of triggering your insecurity or jealousy. Watch what happens when someone shares good news with you. Do you immediately compare it to your own achievements? Do you subtly minimize it? Do you change the subject to yourself? Or do you pause, feel genuine joy, and celebrate them fully? The magnetic person makes others feel safe to be successful, happy, and celebrated. This creates a powerful dynamic where people want to share their best moments with you because they know you'll honor them. The practice: when someone shares success today, respond with, "That's wonderful. Tell me more about how that feels." Then listen without mentioning yourself. Habit 4. You maintain emotional equilibrium. The fourth habit is your emotional stability. You don't swing wildly between extremes, creating unpredictable energy that exhausts others. This reflects the Stoic ideal of apatheia, not emotionlessness, but freedom from being controlled by emotions. The Zen teaching of equanimity, maintaining balance regardless of circumstances. People are magnetically drawn to emotionally stable individuals because they offer a sense of safety and groundedness. In a world of chaos and reactivity, your calm becomes a sanctuary others want to be near. Notice how exhausting it is to be around emotionally volatile people. You're constantly walking on eggshells, managing their moods, or recovering from their outbursts. Even if they're exciting during highs, the instability ultimately repels people. When you maintain emotional equilibrium, you communicate several things. You're mentally strong enough to handle life without falling apart. You've done inner work to regulate yourself rather than expecting others to do it for you. You're safe to be around because people know what to expect. This doesn't mean suppressing emotions or being robotic. It means you feel fully while responding wisely. You experience anger without becoming aggressive. You feel sadness without drowning in it. You celebrate joy without manic energy. Marcus Aurelius faced war, plague, betrayal, and loss while maintaining remarkable equanimity. He wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." This internal stability made him someone people trusted and followed. The practice: today, when strong emotions arise, pause and name them. This is anger. This is excitement. The naming creates space between feeling and reaction. Habit 5. You ask thoughtful questions. The fifth habit is your skill at asking thoughtful questions that invite people to explore their own depths, not just recite surface-level information. This reflects the Socratic method combined with Zen curiosity, questions as gateways to deeper understanding and connection rather than mere data gathering. Most conversations remain painfully superficial because people ask generic questions. How are you? What do you do? Where are you from? These questions lead to automatic, meaningless responses that create no real connection. But when you ask questions that invite genuine exploration, you become magnetic. What's been capturing your attention lately? What's a challenge you're working through? What's something you've changed your mind about recently? Notice how these questions require thought, reflection, and vulnerability. They signal that you're interested in the person, not just filling conversational time. They create space for authentic sharing rather than performance. The Buddhist practice of right speech includes asking questions that serve connection rather than ego. You're not asking to show off your intelligence, to gather information you can use, or to prepare your next comment. You're asking because you're genuinely curious about this person's inner world. The Stoics understood that wisdom comes from asking better questions. Marcus Aurelius constantly questioned his own assumptions. When you bring this practice to relationships, you become someone people want to talk to because conversations with you actually mean something. The practice. Replace "how's it going" with "what's been on your mind lately." Notice how this immediately deepens the conversation. Habit 6, you admit when you're wrong. The sixth habit is your willingness to admit mistakes and say, "I was wrong," without defensiveness or ego protection. This paradoxically makes you more attractive, not less. This embodies the Stoic virtue of wisdom, preferring truth over ego. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If someone can prove me wrong and show me my mistake in any thought or action, I shall gladly change. I seek the truth, which never harmed anyone." Most people cling desperately to being right because they've confused their opinions with their identity. They defend positions they no longer believe simply because admitting error feels like defeat. This rigidity is exhausting and repellent. But when you freely admit mistakes, you communicate profound strength. You're secure enough that being wrong doesn't threaten your worth. You value truth more than ego. You're constantly learning and evolving rather than protecting a fixed identity. You make it safe for others to admit their mistakes too. Watch what happens when you simply say, "You're right. I was wrong about that. Thank you for the correction." People are often shocked because this is so rare. But they're also deeply attracted to it because it signals maturity, humility, and strength. The Zen concept of beginner's mind includes holding your beliefs lightly enough that new information can update them. You're not attached to being right, you're committed to learning. This creates psychological safety in relationships. People don't have to battle your ego to share perspectives. They don't have to manage your defensiveness. They can simply exchange ideas freely, knowing you won't crumble if proven wrong. The practice, today, when corrected, respond with, "You're right. I appreciate you pointing that out." Then stop. No justification or explanation. Habit 7, you respect boundaries without taking it personally. The seventh habit is your graceful acceptance of others' boundaries without guilt-tripping, pushing back, or taking it personally. This creates enormous trust and attraction. This reflects both Stoic respect for what's in others' control and the Buddhist principle of non-attachment. When someone says no or sets a limit, you understand it's about their needs, not your worth. Most people respond poorly to boundaries. They get hurt, "I can't believe you won't." They guilt, "After everything I've done for you." They push, "Come on, just this once." They punish, silence, passive aggression, withdrawal of affection. This makes people afraid to set boundaries with them, which creates relationships built on resentment rather than authenticity. Nobody wants to be in a relationship where they can't say no without managing the other person's emotional reaction. But when you respect boundaries immediately and without drama, you become magnetic. People feel safe with you because they know their limits will be honored. This paradoxically makes them want to be more available because they're not defending themselves constantly. "I can't make it." "No problem, another time." That's it. No interrogation about why. No guilt about how disappointed you are. No subtle punishment. Just graceful acceptance. The Stoic teaching is that everyone has the right to their own choices, and your peace shouldn't depend on them choosing what you want. The Zen teaching is about releasing attachment to specific outcomes. The practice, when someone sets a boundary today, respond with only, "I understand. Thank you for letting me know." Then honor it completely. Habit 8, you're consistent, not chaotic. The eighth habit is your consistency. People know what to expect from you because your character is stable across contexts and over time. This embodies the Stoic virtue of integrity, being the same person in private as in public, with friends as with strangers, on good days as on bad days. The Zen principle of authenticity, not performing different selves for different audiences. Inconsistency is exhausting. When someone is kind one day and cold the next, generous in public but selfish in private, supportive when it suits them but dismissive when it doesn't, people can't relax around them. They're constantly trying to figure out which version they're getting. But consistency creates trust, and trust creates attraction. When people know you'll show up as yourself regardless of circumstances, they feel safe. They don't have to perform for you or manage your moods or wonder which version of you will appear. Marcus Aurelius maintained his principles whether on the battlefield, in the Senate, or in his private chambers. This consistency is what made him not just respected but genuinely loved. People knew exactly who he was and what he stood for. This doesn't mean being rigid or never evolving. It means your core character, your values, your integrity, your treatment of others, remain stable even as you grow and change. The magnetic power of consistency is underestimated. In a world where people shift personalities based on who they're with, your authenticity becomes magnetic. People want to be around someone real, someone solid, someone they can count on to be themselves. The practice: identify your 3 core values. Today, act according to them regardless of convenience, audience, or circumstances. Habit 9, you radiate contentment, not neediness. The 9th and most powerful habit is your contentment with yourself and your life. You enjoy people's company but don't need them to complete you or fix you. This is the ultimate integration of Stoic self-sufficiency and Zen wholeness. You've cultivated such internal abundance that your interactions with others come from overflow, not desperation. Neediness is the most repellent quality in relationships. When people sense you need them to feel okay, to fill a void, to validate your worth, or to rescue you from yourself, they run. Not because they're cruel, but because it's an impossible burden. But contentment is magnetic. When you're genuinely okay with yourself, when you've cultivated internal peace, when you love your own company, people want to join that energy. They're drawn to the light you're shining, not trapped by the darkness you're trying to escape. The Buddha taught that all suffering comes from craving, wanting things to be different than they are. When you release craving and cultivate contentment, you stop radiating lack and start radiating abundance. Marcus Aurelius practiced contentment through his philosophy: very little is needed to make a happy life, it is all within yourself. When you embody this truth, people sense you're not trying to take from them, you're inviting them to share abundance. This doesn't mean being passive or unambitious. It means you're pursuing growth from joy rather than lack, from inspiration rather than desperation. You want connection, but you don't need it to be okay. The practice: spend 15 minutes alone today doing something you enjoy. Practice being genuinely content with just your own company. Integration, the magnetic whole. These 9 habits aren't separate techniques, they're expressions of one integrated way of being. Authentic, present, secure, and genuinely interested in others. You listen deeply because you're not trapped in your own head. You're comfortable with silence because you're comfortable with yourself. You celebrate others because you're not competing. You maintain equilibrium because you've done inner work. You ask good questions because you're genuinely curious. You admit mistakes because truth matters more than ego. You respect boundaries because you understand autonomy. You're consistent because you know yourself. You radiate contentment because you've cultivated it internally. The ancient masters understood that magnetism isn't something you do, it's something you become. It's the natural result of inner cultivation expressing itself outwardly. When Marcus Aurelius wrote his Meditations, he wasn't trying to be attractive to others. He was trying to be a good person. But his authenticity, wisdom, and character made him magnetic. The Buddha wasn't trying to attract followers. He was simply being enlightened. But people naturally wanted to be near that energy. The beautiful paradox is this: the moment you try to make people like you, you become less likable. But when you focus on becoming genuinely good, wise, present, and content, attraction happens naturally. True magnetism isn't manipulation or performance. It's the natural result of being someone worth being around, someone who makes others feel heard, safe, celebrated, and valued. These 9 habits create what ancient wisdom calls virtue, not moral superiority, but excellence of character. And excellence of character naturally attracts others because it's so rare and so nourishing. You don't have to be the loudest person in the room. You don't have to be the funniest, the most successful, or the most impressive. You just have to be fully present, genuinely interested, emotionally stable, and authentic. The Stoics taught that your character is the only thing truly yours. The Buddhists taught that your energy affects everyone around you. When you cultivate these habits, you're not just becoming magnetic, you're becoming the person you were meant to be. And people will naturally want to be around that person. Not because you're trying to attract them, but because you've become someone worth knowing. If these habits resonated with your desire to create authentic connection and natural magnetism, show your appreciation with a like and subscribe for more ancient wisdom on becoming your best self. Your challenge: choose one habit from this list, just one, and practice it intentionally for 30 days. Don't try all 9. Master one deeply and watch how it transforms your relationships. In the comments, share which habit you're committing to and why it matters to you. Let's build a community of people cultivating authentic magnetism through character, not performance. And remember, you don't need to make people like you. You need to become someone worth liking. There's a profound difference, and these 9 habits show you the path. Until next time, be present, be authentic, be content, and watch how naturally people are drawn to the light you're shining.